Landman Season 1's penultimate episode has a ton of material to break down, including a mysterious ending involving a coyote. Billy Bob Thornton leads Landman's cast as Tommy Norris, an oil crisis management executive. Throughout the season, he's been working under Monty Morris, John Hamm, the CEO of a private oil company called MTEX, who's been struggling with his health, specifically related to his heart. Episode 8 saw him hospitalized for a surging heart rate, and his condition only worsens in the latest release. Tommy spends most of the episode reckoning with the fate of his longtime friend and boss, and is offered an executive position at the company to take over in Monty's absence. Cooper and Ariana begin to discuss their lives together now that the immediate danger is gone, and Cooper develops his plan to make money in the oil industry. Tommy begins to negotiate a path to peace with the cartel after the accidental military missile strike in Episode 8, but it seems like things are going to get worse before they get better in the finale. Tommy seeing the coyote, and it being killed, explained. The coyote likely symbolizes Tommy's freedom. Landman Episode 9 ends with an interesting sequence where Tommy is standing in his backyard after presumably hearing the news of Monty's death. He looks to be contemplating, and he sees a coyote out in the field beyond the yard. He studies it for a moment before the neighbor comes out and shoots it with a rifle, killing it for preying on her pets. There's important symbolism here to break down, relating to the coyote and to the fact that it died, that connects it to Tommy's narrative in the coming episodes. The coyote's symbolism can be perceived in several different ways, but one idea is that it's representative of Western freedom. Tommy's life isn't perfect, but he has everything he needs within his grasp. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones appeared earlier in the episode to share a monologue about spending time with family and making the most out of life, which Monty ultimately failed to do. The coyote represents Tommy's freedom, and by choosing to follow in Monty's footsteps by taking over the company, he's killing his chance at the freedom to live life like Jones described. Did Monty die in Landman Season 1, Episode 9? Monty presumably died off-screen. John Hamm looking intense while shaking hands in Landman. There are two scenes to suggest that Monty didn't make it, but it's hard to say for sure until the finale comes out next week. First, audiences saw Monty in his hospital bed with his heart rate skyrocketing again, resulting in him pushing the help button in panic. Presumably there was an urgent situation of some sort, and with all the conversations regarding his fate earlier in the episode, it seems likely this was the final urgent situation for this character. Later in the episode, Cammy calls Tommy, who responds with a solemn expression and his apologies. By all accounts, it seems that Monty has passed away without his children present. This will be an important reminder to Tommy going forward about what's important in life, but he'll still have to balance it with the responsibilities he agreed to for Monty. Tommy will feel indebted to Cammy and Monty's children now that their father is gone, and he'll want to do right by them. However, he'll have a power struggle with Rebecca Falcone, as she was offered a role, further complicating matters with the company going forward. Cooper's plan for making money explained. Cooper could be doomed to a similar path as Monty. Cooper Norris, Jacob Lofland, and Ariana, Paulina Chavez, hugging in Landman Season 1, Episode 8. Cooper has spent most of Landman Season 1 about his idea of getting rich off the oil industry. He's spent limited time on the patch learning the ropes, and now he's come up with a seemingly ingenious plan to gather up enough small wells that larger companies haven't been utilizing. These wells are worth nothing individually, but by grouping them up he can potentially find value. He just needs to take the time to get all the local landowners on board. More importantly at stake is the concept of greed. Cooper is not a greedy man. His plan is to make enough money to move to Fort Worth with Ariana and live a peaceful life with her. He even compares the oil industry to blackjack, saying he just needs to make enough and then pull out at the right time. The man he speaks to at the end of the episode foreshadows the risk of gaining money and what it does to a person, suggesting that Cooper might become dishonest when he starts earning. Landman has already shown this tale with Monty, and Cooper could be heading down the same path.